Can anyone hear me? Just waiting for Manny to show up. And then we'll see how many of you are on here on YouTube. Well, 2 of you already. Aha. There he is. Oh. Me. I can hear you. We'll just do sign language.
So that's why the sound didn't work, because I had it plugged into my computer, not to my not to the doodad that does the thingy.
The doodad that does the thingamabob and the and the other thing.
And the other thing, and the thing after that.
And the thing.
So,
yes. We're just there we are. Oh man.
Hey, hello there, boys and girls.
So you got Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Hi,
Snoopy. But you know what I have?
Oh, yeah. It's a certain day today, isn't it? It's a day of the week.
June 8th. It is June 8th, which is a Monday. But today is Ghostbusters Day. Woo! So 42 years ago, the original film came out in theaters. So I always have this behind me, but yep, I got my Ghostbusters stuff there. I got my Ghost Trap and my 2021 Ghostbusters Afterlife Proton Pack. But I did order the Proton Pack from the original film, and that should be coming soon. And I ordered it over a year ago, so it's nice to finally for it to come in. But and I got this shirt on Ghostbusters Day in 2024. They have the event in New York City at the Firehouse. I haven't gone the past few years because I've been busy, and as we all know, I was sick last week, so that's why I was not here. So there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Always much rejoicing. Yes. Obviously, talking about these 3 cartoons is probably, I don't know, is that more important than Ghostbusters Day? I actually feel kind of bad. I thought, are they still doing stuff now, or is it like just during the day?
No, all the big festivities they had. They did the meetup. They always do it on a Saturday, but they did the Firehouse thing on Saturday. And again, I haven't gone the past few years. But this year I think it was sponsored by Sony. So they went all out. So this is the first time I think like Sony was advertising it and doing all this cool stuff, and they announced a new show, Ghostbusters Night Shift, which is coming out next year. So next year I got a bunch of stuff nerd-wise. I got Ghostbusters Night Shift, the sequel to Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Hopefully Avatar 7 Heavens. We'll find Seven Havens, not Seventh Heaven. That's a show from the 90s that I never watched, but yes, so it's a lot to be excited. And the Simpsons movie, the sequel. My goodness, the only thing that's missing is something Looney Tunes related. I don't know, a new film, something.
I reckon there might be an announcement. Who knows?
A complete collection.
That would be good.
I hope.
Yes. Well, it's the dream. It's the dream. But of course, we can't forget your yearly, or is it monthly or yearly? Next mutation, which of course Venus and.
I was listening to a video yesterday while driving. That is about Venus, about the history of the character and stuff like that. And I almost message you like, "Oh my God, I just can't get rid of it." It's always something with the next mutation. I'm obviously, folks. I'm fine. I'm still functioning. I have not gone through post-traumatic next mutation withdrawal. I've actually only seen 7 episodes so far, and everybody's like, "That's 7 too many," and I'm like, "Yes, I know." Because I am planning on. I started doing it, but I'm watching every episode of all the 6 shows in order. So I'm going like the '87 cartoon, the next mutation, which is 1997, 2003 cartoon, so on and so forth. So I saw all the episode 1s and all the episode 2s, and I have it on a spreadsheet because, of course, I do.
That's right.
Nerd.
We're all about the
And-
spreadsheets here. This
Yeah.
is Anthony's spreadsheet talk. You know,
So today we're going to be talking about the complexities between Google, Excel and Google Sheets. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it's like formulas. What are those?
Formulas. That's what all the kids come to hear. But yeah, I've only been able to see 7 episodes of all the shows so far. Now I got to throw in another one. You got Teeny Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is coming out in July. But then again, I'm like, that might be pushing it. That's definitely for. If I had kids, which I don't, that'd be a different story. But
I mean, you're a big kid, so I guess that excuse,
Yeah, but a 38-year-old watching that without any kids, I mean,
just close the door.
This is bad enough, but
just close the door. No one will know.
Yeah.
But I just thought back to the Simpsons reference because, of course, there's got to be. It's like are they saying how Elvis used to watch all these televisions at one time? So when you were mentioning you were watching every episode of every show, I figured you'd have like 6 televisions just playing every episode at once from every season, like all of episode 1, all of episode 2, and so on.
Oh, I don't like this. Is that's
That's the other one. This show ain't no good.
Oh, this show ain't no good. And he blasts the screen. Look at me referencing a post-season 8 episode.
No, that's actually the one where Bart and Lisa write the episode and they put Grandpa's name. They put Abraham.
Why am I getting that confused with the Treehouse of Horror with I think the Terror of Tiny Toon or Tiny Town, something like that? Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. When he shoots the screen, that's the front. That's season 4. But I was thinking of the later Treehouse of Horror episode with them going through the screen and all that. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You got me there.
Yeah, I hope somebody gets fired for that blunder. And fun fact: The Front was a movie in the 70s starring Woody Allen, and it was basically it was a similar idea because of the blacklisting that happened. So he plays a character that basically writes scripts and such, but it's actually the people blacklisted writing the scripts, but he would actually have his name. So that way they can get work. I haven't seen it for ages. It's actually a pretty good film. I mean, regardless of how you may feel about Woody Allen, it's still a great film. It's also the last live action role with Zero Mostel in it, and for a last role, that was a pretty good one. So yeah, there's that. But we're not here to talk about Woody Allen. We're not here to talk about blacklisting. We're not here to talk about anything fun, I guess. It's like just two middle-aged guys just talking about spreadsheets and formulas and next mutations and the formula of next mutation and all that stuff. But
that's what the audience wants.
That's what the audience wants. Well, speaking of what the audience wants, a beautiful tangent there, by the way. The Hunting Trilogy video is done really well. Like I was, I just realized either no one or someone that's perhaps really under the radar has done a video taking the topic more, seriously. Like maybe not too serious, but just to give people a bit of a history lesson on that. And it's done like 6,000 views in 24 hours, which for my channel that's pretty good. I'm glad people enjoy it. So there'll be more stuff like that. 1950. Great stuff. That's right. 1957. It'll happen, but I'm just taking a small break from those, okay? Because editing those has become a bit of a slog, if I'm being honest. So I'm just taking a small break. I'm going to be recording a whole bunch of them, having a nice big backlog of recordings, and then we'll get to those. But I'm redoing the year in reviews. They're actually very quick to redo. They were very bloated, the original versions. It's a learning thing. See, Manny, when you start your channel. Finally,
eventually,
you're going to look back at that in a few years after, going, "Ooh, I should have done this, should have done that." But that's just part of the journey, and it's all about having that self-awareness to go, "Okay, I wasn't perfect at the time, this is the best I could do then, and now I'm gonna improve and fix things up. But but people have responded to the 1956 one really well with the new format, so yeah, that'll be good. I mean, got a comment here. I like the older versions. Well, most people didn't, and the data just suggests as soon as I did the roll call in the beginning, they all just checked out. There was the data just doesn't support me putting in all that effort. What does Homer say about effort? Or about working. You do it the half-assed way.
Says,
Was it?
You don't go. You don't strike. You go in and do a really half-assed job. That's the American way.
That's
you're
right.
more of a Yank than you realize it.
Yeah, but so far I'm actually enjoying doing these documentary videos where I'm on camera, and I never actually planned to be really too much on camera for those videos, but people seem to like it. It's like they're like Barney in Moe's Tavern with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We want chili. We
want Tony. We want Tony.
Oh man. But yeah, can I name the shorts at the end again? Well, again, it's it doesn't quite match the new format, so probably not. But we've got a few new people here. I haven't. There's a few names I don't think I've seen in the previous streams. So, wow.
Hello from Twitchland. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Spiderus Prime.
I just put it on Twitch just cause I don't know. So, but chances are I'm probably just going to be exclusively on YouTube because honestly, this software I'm using now is pretty expensive, if I'm being honest. And I'm not getting too much on the other platforms. There's no one on Facebook right now. There's I don't think there's anyone on TikTok. So, oh well.
Wait, is this going backwards? I'm looking at the chat thing. And are the new comments in the bottom or the top? Because normally, you scroll up, but I think they're coming. I don't know. This is a little confusing for me.
No, it's all in the bottom.
Oh, it is because it used to go to the top whenever you got a new comment.
Oh, let me have a look.
I think, because I see, I saw that hello from. I see stuff from Justin, Sony. Well, yeah, I know Sony owns Ghostbusters, but this is the first time they were officially involved in Ghostbusters Day. Hello, hi. Yeah, that's weird. I think it is on the bottom now, but it used to be on the top. Yeah, Justin wrote, I guess your favorite 56 McKimson shorts.
Favorite.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so it's coming on the bottom. So,
Matt says
you said, thank you, Butthead or Beavis. I'll let you pick which one it is. Of course, that is but no, of course, that is our buddy Matt Hunter.
Matt Hunter. He's gonna hunt some crocs when he comes down here.
Hunt some crocs, eh? Hey, look at this guy over there.
But I actually feel guilty, Matt. You're clearly watching. I do feel a bit guilty because Facebook and their wonderful algorithm. Would you believe that I actually didn't even know you had that little incident with your leg until very recently, and I was going to reach out to you, and so I'm sorry to hear that's happened to you, but at least I guess you got more time to watch cartoons, so I guess there's that.
Speedy recovery there, Doc, and this is an unexpected reference, but how many times, Matt, have you gone my leg like in SpongeBob? So,
of course. But of course, Matt needs to also rest his voice because we'll start recording 57 pretty soon, and we'll so it's so quiet in Twitch. Well, I mean, Twitch, I just put it on there because I could. I had a 5th slot to restream this elsewhere, so I guess you're the only game in town. So, if I can make a request, do your top 2 favorite Truck Features 57 because they're default favorites for both. Look, it'll likely be the 3 Little Bops and What's Opera Doc, but I haven't seen all the 1957 entries, so I don't want to make that call so early. But those are the front runners. Let's not kid ourselves.
We got Showbiz Bugs is another one. Birds Anonymous.
So
Yeah, there's a bunch. Alibaba Bunny.
So there's that. But see, but one of the other things I want to do with some of these live streams, of course, we'll have some fun ones, like we did the cross-dressing bugs thing, which we got to still continue. But I figure since I got to record some extra stuff anyway, we can even do it in the live stream. So, so there's that. Now I don't know. Did I freeze up on screen for a second? I think I was just went.
Yeah, I froze for a second as well.
Yeah, it's always the most unflattering face. Like,
well, it's getting colder for you guys over there, right? What's the you're about to hit your winter, right?
we are in winter, and you know, because I work at the airport, so you can imagine, it's not just cold outside, but there's nothing to stop the wind, basically. So when you're out on the apron, whew, I mean, in Celsius, you're looking at like 5 degrees Celsius. I mean, it's not as cold as you guys would get in winter, but it's still pretty damn cold.
Let's go to the old converter, Celsius to Fahrenheit.
I thought your brain was the converter.
Oh, you give me so much credit. 5 Celsius, 41 degrees, which, I mean, if you do that right now, it's pretty cold. I mean, today was gorgeous for us. It was, let's see, 24 Celsius today. Gorgeous weather, 75 here in New Jersey, but it's going to get a heat wave again. We had a bit of a heat wave last week where it was like 35 for several days around there. So,
so in Celsius?
Yeah, 30. Yeah, no, I was gonna say 35 Fahrenheit. I'm like, that's colder than what you were experiencing. I mean,
yes, I'm broadcasting live from Siberia. Don't mind the wind. That's just static. Yes. But no, yes, that'll do. I'm broadcasting from a place far away. Yes, that'll do. There we go. We got the reference right there. Sorry, I had to.
Of course.
That 35 is bearable to me. I mean, you're talking about 40-something degrees Celsius you can get here in summer. And then when I'm working, because again, I work at the airport, rain, hail, shine, whatever. If you got to go outside, you got to go outside, you know? And, you know, just the metal just gets so damn hot, as you can imagine. So I got to wear gloves, but because it's so hot, anyway. But, hey, I'd still rather do that in customer service. So there we go. Ooh, Mr. Trevor. It's coitance for you, Anthony. Coitance.
I've said that line multiple times in the past week. It's coitance for you, Rocky. When we talk about the cartoon, you know, I'll talk a little bit more about my history with it. But just that particular scene right there.
I love it.
The way Mel Blanc delivers it just kills me. It's coitance for you.
It's coitance.
Coitance.
So I reckon
I got some red coitance over here. That's for you.
Got some coitance, and I got this book.
Yes.
My sister got me that for my birthday, and funnily enough, it happened just after the stream. It came in the mail, and it's like, yeah, it was that book, and we were literally talking about it. So
I have I've been still redecorating all my books, but it's over on this side because I have I'm moving my books here. I got all my figurines and doodads.
Hitchcock, you know. I mean, how dare this not be animation? You know, I should hang myself, hang my head in shame. Like, it sounded like I was going to hang myself. No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I was like, man, that went dark real quick.
Yes, it's that kind of stream. Yeah. See, so we're also just testing this out because I want to redo the 1946, 1947 entries eventually as well. They weren't. Yeah.
Thank you, Slimer.
But because I'm looking back on them. Look, I'm not ashamed of them, okay? Because I had to pivot the channel from commentaries to reviews, right? So I'm still proud. I'm still proud. But you know what? I actually look at that as a blessing in disguise in a way because it's actually made the content much better. So, go figure. As annoying as it is. So I'm going to try this share. I'm going to try this share screen. I mean, I reckon. Did you want to talk about Catches Cats Can first or Long Came Daffy? Because I want to save Racketeer for last because that's a childhood favorite. And it's like saving the best for last. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm laughing because
At me, I know because I
oh
talk
yeah, I always
Aussie.
laugh at you, but Trevor, oh, they're adorable.
Oh, they're
I lo-
adorable.
Again, just
Yes.
that scene is LOLLMAO classic.
You know, I mean,
Yeah,
Dick
of the
Nelson's
three.
impersonation is amazing. As it's incredible. And no, it's not Mel Blanc. See, there you go. So hopefully you
Yeah,
guys already learned something.
catches that one. I'm not at. I haven't seen it as often, so yeah, let's start with that one.
All right. So now this is an experiment. Okay, experiment. Does that look all right to you guys? You know, I'm just like we can't really play much of this because this is also a test of copyright. So I'm going to turn the sound off because I've since learned when it comes to copyright on YouTube how it auto catches you. It's get it catches yeah.
No. Why does that say stag reel? No.
No. Stag reel, yeah. You know, as a kid, you watch that, you think it's funny because it's got a picture of a stag on it. But yeah, it's like just like because he's like, haha, he's showing the wrong thing. But it's like, yeah, how wrong?
Oh, our young naive minds.
Yes, yes. So let's see if we can get a little format happening because I got my notes here. I even got some info from the previous recordings too. I put it on one neat little package. But one of the reasons why I want to redo this one as well is because it's had a new restoration since I did that original review. So it makes sense, right? Might as well update it. And since that review was kind of raw anyway, well, perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity. So
Trevor says, "Be careful, Doc. They can spot video too. They'll shut you down if they show the cartoon for too long." Ugh.
That's true. So what I'm doing is I'm actually not going to play any footage. I'm just going to scrub through the. You know, I'll be scrubbing the floor. Anthony's cleaning talk.
Snrub.
So I'm not going to actually. So yeah, I'm actually not going to play anything. I'm just going to scrub through. Let me just test the scrubbing and see if the sponge works. So how does that look?
Yep, there's the old Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby.
That's Fwanky.
Yeah. So with these, I'll be recording separately the whole intro and whatever, and Manny can. I'll make sure and say hello to Manny. Say hi, Manny, and it'll be like yes. I'll just include him saying yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. All right. So this is like I said, this is just a test as to what how we're going to do this, and I'll sculpt this out of it's like sculpting clay, pretty much, in the end. So, but in case anyone hasn't seen this one, so because this one is maybe a little bit more obscure to those who aren't maybe real deep Looney Tunes, you know, I guess fanatics like us, right? So, so basically, it's got an emancipated canary, like a Sinatra. We'll just call him Sinatra. I'm not going to say Sinatra Bird all the time. We'll just say Sinatra. We'll just say Crosby. That's it. That's probably the easiest way. So his swooning tunes are annoying. Annoying Bing Crosby, and so the Crosby manipulates a dopey Sylvester the cat. I mean, is he even Sylvester? I don't know, but we'll just call him Sylvester into trying to get some vitamins. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. I just love this dopey version of. Look, I mean, look at
that. That's a beautiful shot.
Vitamins.
Vitamins.
You know, like that's why I see him as more like maybe less Sylvester and more Sylvester's dopey cousin or something. You know, it's just such a wonderful version. I mean, for those who don't know, Art Davis did a lot of stupid cat short. Well, maybe not a lot, but he did a few stupid cat ones. A few starring this Sylvester, but he also did in Do Re Meow, my favorite Looney Tunes of all time. Heathcliff, you know, the I fell down the way. You know, that like it's like Art Davis said to Mel Blanc, okay, you know the dopey version of Sylvester you did? Can you make it even dopier? Can you turn it up to 11? You know, that kind of dopiness.
We have funny man Timmy where he says the derped Sylvester. So
pretty much
derpvester. I don't know. I'm trying to run with that.
derp Vesta.
Dirk Vester, yes. Sylvester sounded more like Heath. Yeah, pretty much. It's literally, hello. Oh, God, I'm doing a terrible job of it right now, but that dopey Mel Blanc, hey, vitamins, I'm only
Vitamins?
3. No, Louis, you was right. I'm 4.
I'm
Something like that.
4. Yeah, I say that all the time. But what's interesting about this as well is just the inconsistencies, and of course, I hope somebody got fired for that blunder, that usual stuff. Is just, I mean, look, first of all, this shot right here, I'll just show you that. I
Well,
mean, look at
that one
that.
was bad, but even the one after that, I mean, it's kind of far away.
Oh, the
That's
demon
even
one.
worse.
The
But
the demon. See, I wish I could show the sound, but this scene here, where he's pecking, where he's actually pecking the whole the seed. How it's got the piano, the soundtrack in the back. Just it's amazing stuff. Like as you say, great stuff.
wait,
But there
so
it is, Demon Sylvester.
whoa! I forgot about that
Demon
one. Holy
Sylvester.
cow, that is rough.
I miss Sylvester starting
What?
his sentences with "da." Yeah. But
Uh,
that's why
that's how I
But
gotta
that's why
speak.
Sylvester's such a great character. He's so versatile. You can have him, as scared Sylvester for Chuck Jones, ranging from that to, well, this, dopey Sylvester, and of course, evil Sylvester. I mean, look at that. I like the fact that the buckshot, though, if you look at that, it says buckshot in that direction, and yet, did he open the can from the bottom? I mean, I hope somebody got fired for that blunder. I don't.
Well, with his eyes looking like that, he's probably having difficulty just opening things in general.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of looks competent in these shots, but I reckon let's go through the start to finish. Yeah, I reckon because I'm going to say all the trivia stuff in a separate recording anyway, because like just so people know as well. I mean, I'll just say 2 bits of trivia. Again, we're just testing this out. Okay, so the title itself appears to reference the 1937 James Mason movie Catch Can, and so we got that, but the voice acting, for those who aren't aware, of course, Mel Blanc voices Sylvester, doing some of the greatest, dopiest voice acting ever. I mean, I don't know. What do you think Mel Blanc is better, like doing the dopey voices or doing the yells and screams? I mean, it's a hard one to pick,
Oh, that's tough because I mean, I know in the past few years or so they've been making those compilations on like YouTube and Instagram, and these are not Looney Tune nerds like as or giant nerds as Camden likes to point out. Like these are casual people who remember seeing these cartoons and just putting those compilations of the various Mel Blanc screams and whatnot. Oh, that's tough. I mean, I really am a sucker for a dopey voice, but I guess when you think of a broader appeal outside of 2 nerds, middle-aged nerds talking about it, I would say the screams probably would be
more
more
iconic, maybe. Yeah.
influential.
I mean, I love
Yeah.
both, but still, it's so great. But so you got that, but also any time you hear the Sinatra bird yells, that's Mel Blanc. But it's actually Dave Barry that does the voice of both the Sinatra and Crosby birds. He did a lot of impressions. And there's also a reuse for those female birds that swoon. I forgot which short that's from, but I think it's from the Tashlin short. I haven't compared the audio, but it's a reuse apparently. And this comes from Keith Scott's Wonderful Cartoon Voices book, so I definitely want to give credit to Keith for his wonderful work, and I can't wait for the updated version that's going to come out that he says he's working on. So
his great stuff.
So Chuck's the reason for the duh voice or da voice. Yeah, we'll do the whole. I reckon we'll do the whole review in the dopey voice. I reckon so. So there's that. But music cues, because I know this is your territory, Manny. But
Okay.
like I mean, we'll go through them now. I mean, he starts off with a gal in calico. And it's great to see the original opening titles. When it's Blue Ribbon reissue, I mean, for me the important thing is the shorts, right? That's the most important thing. But
the next one's a doozy. I have the cue sheet as well.
As time goes by, which I know it's like an infamous Pepe Le Pew short, but of course, just briefly, Manny, Where did As Time Goes By originate? Because I'm sure you remember that, right? From one of your previous MMTs.
I must remember this. That's something or whatever. But of
Copyright.
course, copyright.
Yeah.
Let me just double check the. I don't want to feel like an
Ah,
idiot.
Swoonakrooner. There we are.
As
Yes, thank you, Swoonakrooner. Yeah. I think that the B Benaderet. I'm trying not to say B. Someone said to me it's not pronounced B. That's just
oh, it's B like.
yeah.
Zzz. Okay, I was double checking. Because I was looking up. So the song "As Time Goes By," which was as I'm looking at a different tab right now, but yeah, it was done in Swoonakrooner. But of course, it's most famously known for the 1942 film Casablanca, and it was written by Herman Hupfeld in 1931. I was going to say Herbert, but I want to double check. And it's classic, definitely one of the most famous songs ever used in film. It was not written for a film originally,
Yeah,
but
Casablanca. Yeah.
it's it's synonymous with Casablanca and just films in general. It was originally written for a Broadway musical, Everybody's Welcome, but because I was actually bringing that up recently, how you have songs were written for films. The Academy Award every year, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, which I still haven't seen yet, just won the Oscar for it. And I was rattling off other ones like Lose Yourself from 8 Mile. Unfortunately, the Ghostbusters theme song was nominated for the 1984-85 Academy Awards, and it lost. Let's see if you know this one, Anthony. So at the 84 or the 85 Academy Awards, you got the Ghostbusters theme. You have, I think, Flashdance, or not Flashdance, Footloose, um, Against All Odds by Phil Collins. Great love song. Take a look at me now. So on and so forth. And there's another one I'm forgetting. But what song beat Ghostbusters beat Phil Collins beat Footloose?
That wasn't from the
One of my favorite artists.
Stevie Wonder, isn't it?
Stevie
I just
Wonder.
called
Yep.
to say
What
I love
song?
you. Is that the?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Like it,
I mean, I like the song. It's definitely not one of his best, but I'm just like, Stevie, you're my hero, but I would have gone with the Ghostbusters theme.
of course you would.
For that year.
But yeah, it's a famous song, and it's even a few of the notes is used in one of the Warner Brothers opening shields that which I don't think they do anymore, but at one point they did. So yeah,
Yeah, I remember
but yeah,
that.
Casablanca,
Like
amazing film. I have seen it, of course. I've seen it numerous times. I've even got the 4K in my ramshackle library over there. I've got to organize all that. But great film. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and definitely do so. A few other cues. I believe there's Tura Rula Rula. I can never sing.
ooh,
Yes.
yes. Thank you for saying that one. Rai. There's a gorgeous version of it sung by the real Bing Crosby. It's on YouTube. I was listening to that one a while back. Of course, a standard. I'm forever blowing
Of course.
bubbles.
When Sylvester's hiccuping bubbles. Of course. Of course.
A, a little on the lonely side, a little singing going on for that one.
And he can't be wrong
It's
as
always
well.
it can't be well. I mean, I always am. So what else is new?
There's that. But those are, as far as I'm aware, all the music cues. So, but yeah, as time goes by, great opening to this short. So of course, he's singing away. And for those who aren't aware, a few things. So the Sinatra at the time was quite thin, and a lot of shorts at the time would depict him as this just really ultra skinny, skinny singer, and they parodied that numerous times in Warner Brothers, but even Tex Avery as well. They even had the skunk singing, and he was also, like, like he actually was breathing through for oxygen. Like that's how how thin he was and sickly and just.
Oh, what is that?
Little
Little
Tinker, yeah,
Tinker.
that's the one.
I
Yep.
think Little Tinker.
Little
Yeah,
Tinker.
haven't seen that one in a
Yeah,
while.
that's a great one. But yeah, they're parodying that there. And of course, there's the vitamins. A lot of that just comes from the post-war era where it was said that vitamins will, of course, improve your health. And, that's a debate that's still raging on to this day. I'm not going to get into it. This is not Anthony's vitamin talk, but that's what a reference is. But, Manny, are you having your vitamin Z?
Of course, I take it on a daily basis. Vitamin. vitamin Z, and here we go. But I make sure to drink a lot of milk
Mulk.
with vitamin R in it.
Ooh. Yeah. So I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah. Book review, of course. Thank you, Camden. Yes. That's another one. But yeah, that's just a general.
Book
Yes.
review.
Book review.
We've
Yeah.
yeah.
Review. Book review. So, he's singing away, even his microphone. I mean, look at that. Just, Art Davis was really something as a director. I know he said he preferred just to animate and, and all that. And, he did amazing work in the Friz Freleng unit. But his director's shorts were just incredible. And yes, I'm long overdue for the Art Davis retrospective. I will do something on that, I promise. It'll happen. So there you are. Are you still there, Manny?
Yeah, I'm
you're
here.
like going, will this guy shut up? Yeah.
Anthony's vitamin talk, Anthony's cleaning talk. You got a lot of spin. Hey, you're starting the now that you
hustling.
hit 10K subscribers. Yeah, you're doing spin-offs, franchising, and all that other stuff. Well, yeah, that was a film, the Stevie Wonder one, The Woman in Red, Gene Wilder and Kelly LeBrock. I've only seen a little bit of it. I mean, Gene Wilder is a legend. Kelly LeBrock, gorgeous. And one of these days, I'll watch the whole film. Some of the soundtrack, besides the Stevie stuff, was actually kind of neat.
Yeah, it's actually a decent film. I believe it's a remake of a French film. I'm not sure what the name is offhand. So yeah, but remember I was mentioning B. Benaderet.
Be better.
Be better
With B. Benaderet, right. As Trevor mentioned. Be better.
Be so better where's Homer Simpson? Well, I'm afraid he couldn't be here. He goes, yes, he's over in Geneva for a nuclear conference or something. Like, the bees bit my bottom, and now my bottom's big. I mean, I don't know how bees can bite a bottom, but anyway. But yeah, so you got the whole thing. Women were crazy over Sinatra, of course. I mean, that's what this is all depicting. The gag is reused, from Sooner Crooner and similar shorts. But hey, it's still funny. But we see Crosby. Go on.
No, I'm saying some of these stills, like you just pause them at the absolute best time. Look at that big old mouth from the big knee thing. Yeah, that's how he sings. That's how I sing.
He goes, hallelujah, like just like on stage. I'm sure they would love that. But the racing form. So for those who aren't aware, Crosby was definitely into his racehorses. He had a few racehorses that famously or infamously, or whatever you want to call it, didn't win. That's why there's that reference to that Clampett short. Bing Crosby's horse hasn't come in yet. Well, that's where that comes from. But yeah, that's clearly a reference. And I guess for people at the time, Crosby would have been a household name. So it would have been like, yes, we get it. We know he's into the horses. So he's not happy with Sinatra. But we see here, look, when we first see Sylvester ever in a short, in the Freleng's very first short with the character, it's the same opening. Like, I just like how they just decide to start off with him just trying to get food from cans, which is what a lot of us has had to resort to just to save money, I guess.
The way these prices are, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there is that. But this is not the other spin-off, Anthony's political talk, so we'll move on. So yeah, Crosby thinks, oh yeah, I'll get that starving cat to do my bidding. Oh, here we go. Bumblebee says, "Ay, Dios mío." Is that how it?
Ay, no me gusta.
Oh, let me see here. Because he.
Dos huevos rancheros, por favor. But ay, qué lástima. Or qué vergüenza. I forgot what he says when the 2 eggs hit him in the eyes. Smell vision we place is television.
I mean, look at this. Even this shot here. I mean, just Davis shorts just have that fluidity about them. That's just as you say, chef's kiss, right?
That dopey tongue sticking out while he's getting the steak.
Steak. At the time of this recording, right now it's 10:39 a.m. and that's already making me hungry for lunch. Having a nice juicy steak. So, thanks to Trevor's donations on this stream, I can now afford to buy a steak.
Steak?
Uh,
Money's too tight for steak.
so look at this dry brush. Look at that. Just so he says, hearing it. Look at that. Just as Indiana Jones said in The Last Crusade, it belongs in a museum. I mean, look at that. Just a dry brush. See, it's just one thing. Look at that. Again. So ears perk up. 1, 5. Like just 5 frames like that. Amazing stuff. As you say, great stuff. Yeah. So it's like, come over here for a minute. So he goes, okay. Like he's just absolutely dopey. But we'll go back to that one shot. Like, look at that. Yeah, this shot here. That's good.
That's how I feel at the end of the day. Just minus the pipe.
Minus the pipe.
And is that you? Is that you with the same face Sylvester's making?
No, that's me. Whenever I see you send the Manny's music time over to me, just vitamins. Why do I need vitamins? So
to edit this commentary.
So we're a third of our way in, and we can see here this beautiful little, I guess, slower gag in a way. Like it starts things off nicely. So you got Sylvester. He's sneaking. Look at that. Just. I know I got the time bar there. I do apologize, but why does he? Look at
that. That should be the thumbnail.
every Art Davis short, like every frame, you could pretty much print it out and frame it. It's just frame the frame, I say. But yeah, so of course he's doing all these impossible things. I mean, look at that flower pot. Here's another one. Look at that. Just. Wonderful stuff, great stuff. But so of course it builds up. I mean, even this, just how possibly thin he is, with that pole as well. But so whenever I was saying that Mel Blanc actually did part of the voice of the Sinatra bird, well, it was pretty much here. So take a hike, pretty much like that. And just, there we go. That's the frame I wanted to show you guys.
Wow.
Now, that's gruesome. That is just gruesome. But when it comes to directing, though, I do like this added touch here in the next shot, right? So, he's saying, nah, I don't want to do it, right? So you just see that side of the face. But then, just turns and he's, got that nice little reveal there. I mean, look at that. Just can we also just take a moment to appreciate this wonderful restoration? I remember last time seeing it before Collector's Choice, it looked pretty meh. I think it was just Laserdisc print or something. I mean, look at that. Just
great stuff.
Exactly. So, Sylvester, I mean, I guess he's not all stupid in this. I think he realizes, this isn't the right thing to, I don't want to do this. But I like on the corner here. You can see it right there. Is that a? I just noticed it now. Actually, there you go. Ooh, you can see that, right? I hope somebody got 5 for that blunder. That makes this easily a 0 out of 10 short. Now, how dare they?
Can't watch it. It's unwatchable.
It's unwatchable. It is absolutely unwatchable. Ah, boy. Let me have a look here. So now the next shot. See this, I don't know if this was ever edited somewhat, in the 70s. The fact that Sylvester is given a knife, because, that kind of thing was, might be seen as a no-no, like as seen as a bit too potentially violent. I mean, all right, it's a kitchen knife, sure, but still, it's like kids holding knives, it's a massive no-no.
A knife.
Of course, a knife. Oh, man. Let's see. Tex Avery was a very okay director and Jones was a carpetbagger. I agree to disagree there. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll continue on having a look at this. Like, this is just a ridiculous setup altogether, It's just... Oh, sorry. I'm just admiring some of these frames here. I mean, look at this. Look at the energy in an Art Davis short. I mean, this was you this morning heading out to Ghostbusters Day, right?
Of course. When the theme song came on, I'm like, yay!
Yeah, that was you. Instead of holding a knife, you're holding Slimer just in your hand, just running out the door, just...
Hey, where is he? One more time. Yeah. This is actually from the infamous 2016 film, but I know some people are going to lose their minds. I've had this for years, but look what happened. I dropped him a few days ago, and Slimer's arm is broken. Yeah, this is definitely what he looks like in the original film. Nice and ugly and chunky and all that stuff. So,
Chunky.
chunky.
I don't know whether that was, but anyway. So
Oh, another one of these frames. I
yeah, no,
swear.
this one is intentionally just how off model Sylvester is in this entire short is beautiful. Just
The
incredible. So it does the whistling, and one under maybe underappreciated element of this short is the Trek Brown sound effects. You hear quite a lot of interesting noises. Like every time that Sylvester runs away, like in midair, like this bit here, you can hear it's like car skidding or the whoop, 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 kind of noise every single time. So
the way you did it just sounded like Curly.
yeah,
My falsetto is not that great today.
or like that, like I picked the right frame there. So I mean, I guess the animation of the flapping here, just the minimal effort of the palms like that, just yeah. So it's just the little details. I mean, it's some of these things I didn't even notice at first, but then when I'm scrolling through it like this, you just appreciate it even more. But can we just appreciate Sylvester's wonderful carving skills? I mean, look at that bird, just that soap bird. Just
He should be using that talent for, he could do that, make those carvings, and then he could buy some like even better quality birds. He doesn't have to bother the Frankie bird. He doesn't have to bother Tweety. He can just buy decent quality protein somewhere
yeah,
else.
exactly. So that's Bill Vester, Sylvester's cousin, Bill. I don't know.
Bill
Bill
Vester.
Vester. There we go. Yeah, I call him Bill. But so of course he's sliding away. We see some nice pipes there. I mean, come on.
All that effort.
All that effort. I mean, of course, you got to appreciate the off-model Sylvester yet again. I know we keep saying it in this, but it has to be constantly said. But wow, this is some dedication here. So, as someone who's done this kind of work before, yep. So digging ain't easy on its own, but then locating the pipe for starters, digging around the pipe, cutting it open like that. And this is metal, by the way. I mean, these days, a lot of it's like plastic pipes and that, but or ceramic, depending on what the fitting is. See, this is Anthony's plumbing talk now. See, we've got a lot of spin-offs today. A lot of spin-offs in this.
Franchise is coming soon.
That's right. But wow, all that effort. So you've got the blowtorch here as well. So there's some serious work here. So this is truly dedicated. But and then I mean, come on, another one to freeze frame. Look at that. Look at that right there. That should be my new avatar. Just this ridiculous long tongue. Look at that. Such an appealing Sylvester too. But like any other cat, as soon as he eats, it's like, yeah, I'm done. That's pretty much every cat that I've had. So, but we know, of course, it's a trick. We got the whole color thing, and yeah, it's just hiccuping. So the gag just ends there, and that's fine for what it is. But we now get to the bird seed, which I got to do that long tongue thing again. Not me. There you go, Sylvester again. Look at that. Just into the Sylvester verse, yes, Matt. Because when we did the Tomcat, I hope that gets restored because I mean, yeah, there's the certain issue of that in regards to the the Native American stuff, but it's just a fascinating thing with so many different versions of Sylvester. So, but look at that, just wow, just so amazing. And I mentioned already before, as the Sinatra bird just keeps pecking away, you hear the piano, and then we just see the aftermath. Ta-da! Wow, that looks pretty painful. So moving on to the next one, but it's just funny how like the Crosby bird has got the key. So what the heck's Sylvester doing there? Like what the Look at the animation cycle on that.
Look at that, cool as a cucumber with the key.
Let's see. That scene creeped me out as a child. Yelled at my dad to turn it off. I did not like it when cartoon characters turned into different colors as a child. No, fair enough. You know who animated who? I mean, look, I'll just go back quickly to the thing. I mean, Don Williams, you can kind of tell because it's usually multiple eyes, and like it's like different like frames. But I'm not the best at identifying animation. But Don Williams, I could do. Of course, you got Melendez, but yeah, I'm not the best at it, unfortunately. I leave that to, and I'll shout out to Devin Baxter, who is absolutely brilliant at that kind of stuff. You know, you definitely check his content out, whether on Cartoon Research or his pages or his Patreon. He's doing amazing work. He's just released a few animated breakdowns for some Mickey Mouse shorts, and it's incredible to see the different animators, doing those different scenes. Those early black and white Mickeys, do not sleep on them. They're actually really entertaining. Anyway, I'll maybe I should explore that as a topic one of these days. So, but yeah, we've already touched upon the whole thing with the buckshot. I mean, look again. So it's open here, the correct way, but yep, wrong way. Nah, 0 out of 10. You know, it's now it's in the negatives, okay? Because that one frame not being painted properly, that made it a 0. This makes it a negative number. No, I'm kidding. That was the wrong way. But look at the way it's shot, though. It's like he's just this mad scientist, even though it's just in a laundry or a kitchen or whatever. So what do we say about that, Manny? Great
stuff.
I wonder who animated this particular bit. If any of you guys know, you can definitely chime in the comments, because I definitely want to know. But it's funny how he's colored like this there, but then he's sort of colored normally there. So it must be another animated there. I know, actually, no, it looks like the same animated, but it's colored properly. You can see it right there. So it's quite possible maybe this wasn't colored properly. Maybe it was supposed to be colored. And I'm not going to be able to sleep at night until I actually know the reason why, of course. But no, just a nice little observation. So we get the magnet bit that people enjoy, like that. Just bang, 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 bang. But I like the foreshadowing here of the typewriter, of course. He has to end with the typewriter right there. So we got that. But my favorite, or one of my favorites, I guess, every scene's my favorite in this short, right? I mean, look at that. Just a wonderful maid outfit.
Reminds me of the maid from
Clean up the birdcage.
Clean up the birdcage. I Tall Putty Tat.
Yeah.
It just recently got restored as well.
Yes, and thank goodness for that, because that one, well, they all need to be restored, even the really terrible ones, as far as I'm concerned. But come on, you got to make sure that all those really good ones are restored first, right? So in any case, we're just going along. He's, he's got the bag here. He's looking. Look, he actually looks vicious here.
A little drool running down his teeth.
Ooh.
That's
there we go. There we go. Now there's a wonderful frame for you. But this is brutal. I mean, tying him up as a vacuum bag like that. Ooh, there we go. That shot there. That was another one that stood out to me.
That would have freaked me out.
But there you go. Ouch.
Yeah.
Like, ouch. Like, just
like that. Like, ouch. Because his nose is being covered.
Ooh, that's just. But here's a little bit of trivia for you, actually. This is actually a radio ad at the time. So I
know that.
You did not know that, because that's why it sounds, it fizzes. Like I'm just trying to. I actually wrote this down. I just forgot to. Where is it? I actually wrote this down. I'm trying to remember where I wrote it down. Well, I'll add it in the trivia section when I do this review. But yeah, this is actually a reference to a radio ad at the time. But look at this. But look how, I mean, the way he gets through the wall, just wow, that's some force right there. Yeah, it would be interesting if we could get like some kind of a scientist to actually calculate how much force it would take to smash through a wall like that, just for fun, just to see how it is. But we get the plussing. Remember the foreshadowing with the. I mean, like in fact, it's like a mouth there as well. But the foreshadowing, of course, is that we get the nice little plus gag, which again we got to have the typewriter. The wonderful little aftermath. Yep, and of course the typewriter is working there. But we're pretty much done. So, we see Sylvester is like saying, "Nah, I've got a better idea." And somehow he manages to fit into the bird's clothes, but hey, whatever. We just go with it, right? So, what would you rate this one, Manny? I mean, I know I haven't seen this one too often. I'll just unshare it now. Just give me a sec.
I mean, the visuals definitely, the Art Davis weirdness. I always get a kick out of that stuff. It's tough. Maybe 7.5 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably do about an 8 out of 10. Like it's a simple short. But hey, it's very entertaining just with all the different variations on Sylvester because of all the different animators. I mean, Art Davis clearly didn't care too much about consistency. He just cared what was funny from what I can see from the shorts he directed. I mean, for someone, again, I mentioned this before, who would have rather just animated, and he did with the Friz Freleng's unit in the 1950s, he was a damn fine director as well. So it's also a shame he only did one Bugs Bunny short. I would love to see him do more, So, and it's like, Indeed. So I guess let's put up the next one, yeah?
Give me 1 second to do a quick potty break.
Potty break? I'll just set it up anyway, and I'll
be back.
I'll be back. There we are. So that's for Long Came Daffy. All right. While Manny's gone off for a small break, you guys can ask me anything regarding, what topics I'm going to do, what how the channel's going, whatever. So, ask away. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, oh wow, there's a lot of viewers today. Actually, that's probably the most I've ever actually had. Wow. Okay, that's that's something. So there's going to be a documentary on the Fleischer Superman series coming out. I mean, I figure, hey, I might as well do the trendy thing, with Supergirl coming out. I'm really excited to see that. Have a Superman documentary. Why not? I wanted to do it anyway, so I figure let's time it that way, I suppose. So there's that. I'm looking at doing a Porky. I think the whole trajectory of Porky as a character is fascinating. How he was like an accidental star in and of himself because they intended for Beans to be the star. Get it? Porky and Beans. Get it? Whatever. And then he became their star, turned things around. But then once Daffy came on the scene, and then of course Bugs Bunny, he then eventually became more of a side character. So, do I have more non-Looney Tunes videos planned? Yes. Well, I mentioned the Superman one. I'm looking at other ideas as well. I'd like to explore certain topics on Disney. I do want to do a series covering the Disney Treasure series. I think that would be a really good series. Just how the Perfect Storm created one of the best DVD sets ever created that will likely never be done again. Will I do the review on Motor Mania, the scariest goofy short? Well, I don't know about scariest, but Motor Mania is interesting. Yeah, because of the animation techniques in that one. So, so which year of cartoons do I plan to finish next? Look, I want to do 1957, but I also want to get back into doing the redos. I want to finish off the Frank Taschen shorts, but I also want to, just continue the 1940s, redo the 1946 and 47 ones, because those were two, as the kids still say, banger years? I don't know. Oh, He's got the correct bottle there.
I got my bottle of water.
Got the bottle of water. Oh man. Let's.
Speaking of Art Davis, no wait, Davis didn't do that one. That was Freleng. Never mind. But I got my bottle of water.
That's right. The water's going to your head and clogging up your brain. I would. I'll have a look here. Like, see, with this one, it's interesting. I never really watched this one at all, and it's a shame that's only got the blue ribbon titles. I don't know if the titles have been discovered, even in a fragmented form or whatever. I'm definitely curious about that. So, but how many of you guys have seen this one? It's fascinating because it has the unique thing of two Yosemite Sams. I mean, whether these are supposed to be Yosemite Sam or not is, of course, up for debate. I think maybe it was just the character designs they just went for, and that's it. I mean, what do you think, Maddie? Do you think this was these were supposed to be Yosemite Sams, or just one of those coincidences?
It's funny, around this time in like the late 40s, mid to late 40s, you have instances where they're still tweaking around and playing with certain characters. I mean, we literally just saw example with Sylvester where he has a different voice. I know there's Kitty Corner that he has a different nose. What's another one? And speaking of Art Davis, Order of the Day, where people debate, is this peppy? Is this not peppy? And in this short, I think that's another example of just experimentation. And is it necessarily Sam, or is this a derivative of Sam? So I guess, as they say in TV tropes, your mileage may vary.
Yes. And for those who, because we don't have the titles, I can confirm this was written by Mark Maltese and Ted Pierce. There was sort of like a writing duo at the time. But it has been confirmed that the original titles had the song "I'd Be Lost Without You." There's nothing generic about that song title. There's.
Sorry, just
I
sentimental.
I'd be lost without you. Like,
I'd
just
be
do
lost
that.
without you.
And
I don't know how it goes.
And again, that credit actually comes from our mate Devin Baxter. So yeah,
and of course the amazing work Devin Baxter, but also the awesome research of Daniel Goldmark, musicologist extraordinaire. And but yeah, it's, I know a few years ago they found like several original titles, the artwork for it. I forgot who did that. Camden might know this one. Camden, if you're listening, trying to remember when they were digging around and they found all those titles from the Michael Maltese collection. It's too bad this one wasn't found. And obviously, as a musician, I would love to hear the actual recordings, but unfortunately, with the whole blue ribbon debacle and wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you haven't watched Anthony's video about the blue ribbon program, please do so. And it's a shame because they didn't, they didn't think that these cartoons, they just thought they were, put them in theaters for a few months or a few weeks and we'll make another one. We'll pump them out, not realizing that they were making, some of the greatest comedy films in American film history.
Exactly. And this is going to be me pretty soon. I need to have my steak, or in this case, the wonderful
64
cheese.
slices of American cheese in particular.
Well, is it cheese or is it plastic? Because it's Well, in any case, I just love the opening here. But this was done by Friz Freleng's team at the time, and that's confirmed again by Devin Baxter. But it's also, even if he didn't, it's pretty apparent that that it's the consistent team around this time too. So, and for those who need to know the names, I will go through them now. So you got Manuel Perez, Ken Champion, Virgil Ross, Jerry Chinicki.
Ooh, I like the way he said Manuel Perez. Very nice.
Ooh, see, I'll be practicing.
Sounds like my real name.
Manuel. And Jerry Chinicki, Holy Pratt as well. So, I mean, it's the standard team at the time. But, of course, it starts off with the whole hungry thing. So, I mean, I'm all about the frames, right?
I just seeing this and, the scene of, Sam or the Into the Sam verse, whatever, but the what do they call that in the Marvel films? The like the not the multi
Multiverse.
no, not the but like the different versions of a particular character. What do they call that again? The like the dimensional equivalent or something like that. So, but anyway, you got your this dimension's equivalent of Sam staring at the other one, his twin brother, whatever. And so I was I on this original commentary? I'm trying to remember.
I'm not sure, but yeah. Again, see, like
Okay.
I shouldn't be recording this one before lunch, really.
Oh yeah. Well,
There you
I
go.
saw this.
There you go. A bit of cheesecake or in this case, yeah.
Looks like the
Uh,
rotisserie chickens at Sam's Club,
uh,
but I
uh,
saw this one as a kid, and just like every time I see this scene, I start cracking up.
of course. This is not a McKibbs cartoon actually, because there's a comment here. This is actually Friz Freleng one. It's Friz Freleng.
Variant. That's the word. Thank you, funny
Variant.
man Timmy. It's a variant. So you got the two Sam variants over here. But just can you go back a few seconds? It's just the red Sam variant's eyes in particular
Oh,
when
yes.
he's like looking at the black Sam variant.
That one?
Oh, I wish I knew who animated. I know you have the list, but I don't know if it's Shiniki or Perez or Champion, but just
All right, I'll give you the cheesecake, funny man Timmy. Let's give you some of that wonderful cheesecake. There you go. Yeah,
come
look at that.
on, cheesecake.
He's rocking that cheesecake right there. See, these are supposed to be serious historical videos, and I'm talking about bloody cheesecake over here.
Come on, cheesecake, and there's a
But
reference to Porky and Tea Biscuit.
but how awkward does this look? Look at that. Just how it's kind of wonky, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like he's literally. It looks like he saw it in half.
Let's have a
Up
look.
and there you go. The walk.
I just love that little stretch. Just
Whoop.
well, look at that. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, just an observational thing. But yeah, see, I like how it just turns into devil horns. So you got looks kind of innocent.
Ooh.
And then, yeah.
That's definitely me at a buffet.
Yeah. But he's got that. But there we go. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. But this actually is very similar to the opening of Racketeer Rabbit.
Mm.
You know,
another childhood classic.
Yes. So it was one that's everyone's seen because of its public domain status. Unlike this one, it's not in the public domain. Hence why I'm not playing the cartoon in full. And we still seem to be live. We haven't been booted off, so they haven't given us the booting quite yet.
Streaming is a bootable offense.
Yeah, streaming copyrighted material is a bootable offense. There we are. So there's also at least we can see where it takes place. You know, it's either takes place in 1895 or they just forgot to take that down after all that time.
Oh, well, for a second I thought it was 1995. I was like, oh, they're looking into the future. I was like, oh wow, I was alive in 95, so maybe I didn't think houses looked like that when I was a kid, but
yeah. And then we see here somehow this mouse has the perfect basketball gear because I think that was how they would have dressed at the time. It's like all baggy shirts.
And how appropriate that you mention that, because right now the NBA Finals are going on, where the San Antonio Spurs are playing against. I mean, I don't watch basketball, but I got to root for them. The New York Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers. First time they've been to the NBA Finals since, speaking of the 90s, was 1999. And they haven't won the NBA Finals since 1973, I believe. So perfect timing in that. And, of course, you have somebody dress up as a basketball player, any athlete. And what do you hear? Freddie, the freshman, the freshest kid in town.
And just before that, what do we hear when we see the sandwich? Come on, Manny. You know this one.
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. One of my personal favorites in Warner Shorts. And just before that one, it's a song that I've always really liked, but a melancholy mood.
Yes.
I forgot what cartoon in particular. It's probably like a Freleng cartoon from the 30s. It's like my favorite rendition of melancholy mood. What you are batting 1,000 with these Friz Freleng when he
That's the
creates his
idea.
own hoop.
It's beautiful, but I'm wondering if this is Chiniki or not because of the movement.
Yeah, dancing, stuff like that. It was usually Chiniki's specialty.
So maybe we'll see him. I don't know, but look, don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing. But that's look. I mean, look at that. Just wow. Oop.
Nice, 2 points.
Oh, he looks
And that
very
was
happy. There,
was that an olive?
Yeah. Is that you at after the buffet?
Oh, of course.
Being
I'll just be like Homer. I take the whole tray. Just, sir, no.
Here we go. Wonderful timing here, bro. Friz. Bang. Oops. Let's do that again. So I think it's bang.
Boom.
And pushing. It's great to see these in slow motion, and then you got the punch at the end. There we go. Perfect.
Great stuff.
See, you can't really do this with the Patty Freleng stuff. At least with these, you can freeze frame some really wonderful moments there. But wow, just it's incredible stuff. But when it comes to the whole thing, okay, just so people are aware, Friz Freleng directs Hair Trigger, so it features the first Yosemite Sam. And the idea, I believe, is that it will be roughly when this kind of was in production that they would be slowly getting the feedback saying, "Hey, we like this Sam character," and so we would get more of him starting in 1948. But in the meantime, I don't know. I don't think this was supposed to be Sam per se. I think Friz just loved the design, and it's just a coincidence that they look like Sam. That's just how it feels to me. And I'm just going by the production timelines and feedbacks from theatrical owners, that kind of thing. Now, I got here, seen all these cartoons on Blu-ray. While Blu-ray is a better option, all three of these are on the free streaming service Tubi. Just a little caveat with that, that's in the US only. We get Tubi here in Australia, but there's no... maybe it's a rights thing. I don't know. So it's a US only option, but for me, it doesn't matter. I honestly just rip the discs and put the files on Plex. I have my own server, so I watch them whenever I want, however I want. I don't worry about them playing on TV. And that's not to put down me TV or anything like that, but it's just not me. I just don't run that way, I can just picture all the people who love Me TV just doing that to my face right now. Just no, it's a wonderful look. They're wonderful channels. Okay, it's just I don't watch TV like that anymore. That's just that's
Same.
just me. But yeah, look at this fight animation here. Just
yeah, it's definitely when I head over to Australia, that's how you're going to greet me, by just fighting me.
That's right. I'll show you how to wrestle a croc. Wow, that's just so after all that nice little intro, we hear a knocking and we see, where is it?
Hey,
there he is.
dope.
There you go. That's a nice little frame there. It's just wow, can we just say Daffy's really dedicated here as a salesman? I mean, the fact that he's gone to some cabin in the middle of a snowstorm. I mean, that's dedication for you right there. That's one dedicated salesman. You guys let me know that which is your favorite Daffy salesman short. I mean, for me, it's not this one. It'd be the Art Davis one, but still, or even some of the McKimson ones. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, when Daffy actually sells the Home of Tomorrow to Elmer Fudd, that one.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
And he just pushes Elmer onto a random bus. He goes, "But I have a car to go to work." He just pushes him on a bus, and that's it. The bus just goes. That's probably my favorite one out of the salesman Daffy's. But this one's pretty good. It's just he's selling a cookbook, the generic cookbook. So, and have I seen the Sam cut away from Family Guy? It's been a while since I've seen Family Guy. I probably stopped around season 13 or something. I probably gone longer than most people. I've probably seen it, but it's been a while. The only Looney Tunes one I remember is a realistic version of Bugs and Elmer, where Elmer is actually competent and he gets rid of Bugs and
Oh yeah,
that's probably the only thing I remember because of how brutal it is. It's a dark look. As a joke, it's like darkly humorous, but yeah, it's not something I love. But anyway, but like it's like okay, no, and of course I'll pause it to your.
This is literally the conversations
There we
I
go.
have on a daily basis. Hey, dope, you blah 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 blah.
Or it could be like on the dating scene where you don't realize that someone's legitimately flirting with you because they're interested with you. It's like, hey, dope, you just passed up
Oh,
a potential date or something. Like that's just
wow, she's being really nice to me. Hey, dope, she's flirting.
that's the first thing that came to mind. Not you specifically, but just people like who just can't get the signals that it's hey, is this flirting or is this just being something not nice? It's that you want to.
Why are they being so nice to me?
Why is Mr. Burns being so nice to me? I don't go in for these
These backdoor shenanigans.
backdoor shenanigans. Sure, I'm flattered. Maybe you'll even curious.
But the answer is no.
Hey,
I'm in the UK, and it wasn't until this year when Max Rabbit didn't import the Blu-rays, and it's great to see him streaming shorts now on disc. I mean, look, I have Max because here in the States, if you have, I don't know if they do it anymore, but I have an old cell phone plan. I have AT&T, and they give you Max as part of it because AT&T used to own Warner Brothers and then became Warner Brothers Discovery, and now the whole thing with Paramount, Skydance, and Warner's merging, which I hope it doesn't go through because the heck with monopolies. But anyway, and there's other reasons too, David Ellison, but the nothing beats actually having it on physical media and putting it inside, because obviously if you have it on disc, if you have it on the physical means, it's going to look better than trying to stream it, because depending on the part of the country you're in or depending on your internet service and all that, it's never look, streaming's convenient, don't get me wrong, but if you are, obviously you and I and others, that you want to sit down and really appreciate a film or TV show and all its glory, you got to get it on physical media.
Exactly, and again, I'm not anti-streaming, but to me, the streaming services are actually leaving money on the table by not offering a ultra tier like for the film enthusiasts, the ones with the genuinely really good internet. I got a gigabit speed where I am. All right, I've got really good internet where I am.
Same
right?
here,
yeah. But so if Netflix offered an option where they would actually stream a movie like full bit rate, similar to like a 4K Blu-ray, because I can do that. I have the ability to run such high speed, of such high quality streams. I'd pay for that. I want the best possible quality. I'd like to see some of the David Finch films that are on there in the highest possible quality. You know what I mean? I know Sony, they have a streaming service that actually does do that, where it's like 40, 50, whatever. It's like really high bit rate and it's very close to a 4K quality. So anyway, but if they want to make more money, they could just offer a higher tier and do that. But anyway,
what do we know?
We are going to see some girls. $10.
January 19th.
Now, if this is $10 in 1895, that's this must be some really high class girls,
See, I shouldn't do this because I was looking at inflation. I put inflation 1985, 1895. Let me go back a little further. Let's see inflation. All right, let's see. So it was $10 in 1895.
I'd imagine it'd be like $100 and something or 150.
Oh, you thought wrong. You said 100. What's your final answer?
I'll say 150.
All right. How does $396.45 sounds?
Wow, these are some girls. There you go. But but yeah, with the censorship thing, it always fascinates me when they sneak stuff like this. But then again, it goes by so quickly that I guess they didn't really pay attention too much of that. It's similar to Racketeer Rabbit, where you see that pinup girl briefly, and if you look at the Blu-ray version, you can see some extra details. And I'll say no more because I'm sure you guys all know what I'm talking about. So as we can see, the boys are realizing, oh, they're going to have a nice little duck dinner. They're going to welcome him in. And, this scene here reads as though Mike Maltese probably wrote it because Maltese tend to do bits like this. So you got here is he's trying to sell his cookbook, so he's going through all these recipes. But, okay, how about a duck dinner? All right, let's have a look for the duck dinner. So he's scrolling through and he's realizing how gruesome it actually is. I have to do that frame there. So so of course, with the wordplay again, I feel that this is Maltese's contribution. I have no evidence to confirm that, but I think it is because the wordplay continues where Daffy tries to change subjects and goes, oh, let's talk about something else. Okay, ice cream. Okay, there's nothing about ducks here, right? Okay, so as you can see here, he's got that devilish kind of look on him right there. But he's reading through, and then what's the secret ingredient to this ice cream recipe? Roast duck. It's like what the heck?
That kind of reminded me, not so much roast duck, but of course, another animal that's closely associated with Daffy, my boy Porky. That kind of reminds me of years ago when Hungry Jack's, oh, sorry, that's Australia, Burger King debuted the bacon sundae. And I'm like, I love bacon. I love ice cream. But putting them together, oh, that's awful. And I was like, you know what? Just for the heck of it, I tried it. Game changer. Do you guys have you have Five Guys over in Australia?
Funnily enough, it recently came here, but it's only a few little outlets. I think it's more in the more richer kind of areas because their prices.
Because they are not cheap. Yeah, they've gone up a lot, but you can put bacon in your sundaes or your milkshakes in Five Guys, and again, hits the spots. And now I'm rewatching this cartoon, going, and it's like, yeah, ice cream with roast duck. It actually doesn't sound as bad as you think it is.
Although people listening to you now probably are doing that expression that he's doing right now.
Or even better with the big wide eyes from before. You're like, wait a minute, I can get a big. Yeah, I make that face when I'm thinking about bacon.
You're charging me extra for bacon?
These close-ups are killing me, man. I love it.
But just showed what a great director Friz Freleng actually is. Like, I can't believe back in the day I kind of dismissed him when I was younger. Let's make it more solid. There we go.
A lot of people tend to do that, I think, because obviously when it comes to fame and familiarity, Jones is number one because he lived the longest of the prime directors. I would say obviously Jones, and not knocking Jones. I mean, obviously he was so consistent in the 40s and 50s and made going back to your hunting trilogy video, that cartoon completely shifted the paradigm of the Warner Brothers cartoons, and he directed all three of them. Clampett, obviously the big influence he had on many animators, the Looney Tunes cartoons crew, obviously, even though he's not a good person, but John Cave, Ren and Stimpy, and just how zany his style is. But the real hardcore Looney Tune nerds, we were like, and obviously Tex Avery, because Tex Avery, you say him and Walt Disney are like the two biggest influences in American animation. But the hardcore Looney Tune nerds, it's like, you know what, chugging along that whole time was Freleng, and obviously the longevity he had as a senior director of the studio, but just how amazing his timing was, how amazing, obviously the musical cartoons he did. And when, obviously you also can't deny the huge influence and help that he got from Holly Pratt, his layout artist. And you definitely got to give a lot of credit to Holly Pratt for also helping Friz with these amazing cartoons from the 40s and onwards.
Yep, and he even gets co-credit later on as well. I forgot which cartoon that starts in, but he definitely does. But of course, Daffy's like, I'm going to leave. But
again, timing, boom, he slams right into the pot.
And this short also contains a lot of the whole what's the music term? I'll be like Mo saying, "Midge, help me out here." Manny, help me out here. That where
Hey,
he's
no, just call me Midge. Hey, Midge, help me out here.
the whole dun 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 dun, like it's actually
Oh,
timed to the beat.
oh, dun
Oh,
dun dun dun. Uh, oh, well, I'm thinking of the terms. I'm thinking staccato because usually it's like short, like bum 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 bum. I'm trying to hear the music in my head right now, but I think the other term that you might be thinking of is mimesis. Let me double check. Mimesis in music. Um, representations. Let me just
yeah,
double check. I think
yeah.
it's mimesis, pretty much, or some people use the term Mickey Mousing, kind of in a derogative sense. But sorry, I literally was talking about this term in grad school with my professor, Kendra Leonard. Hi, Dr. Leonard, if you're watching. But yeah, I think the term you're thinking of is mimesis, where it's like pretty much the music fits the particular action going on. I mean, again, going with Freeling again, I'm thinking of like Sylvester, boom, 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 boom. The music is matching the footsteps, but the way that it's being played is staccato. Articulation is like the way that you would play the note itself, and legato, la 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 la. It's long and smooth and connected, and staccato is not necessarily fast, but it's short and detached. Like I tell people, In the Hall of the Mountain King is a perfect example. Bum, 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 bum.
We all
So
know
on
that.
and so forth.
We all know that
In,
one. And
indeed.
if you guys are wondering why this is actually called Along Came Daffy, it's likely because of the film starring Gary Cooper, Along Came Jones. So that's probably where it comes from. But the thing is, Freeling had a tendency to have the worst titles that had nothing to do with the short, and it will just be so bland and generic, or just even stupid, like Hairdo. I mean, come on, that's so dumb. It's a great cartoon, but dumb title. At least this one makes sense. Along Came Daffy, because Daffy comes along to these two, you know, Yosemite Sam distant relatives or wherever the heck they are. But
The
anyway,
Sam variants.
there we go, into the Yosemite verse or something. Ooh, that's a weird frame right there.
Yipe.
See, look at that, just 2 frames right there, just
Woo, 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 woo.
amazing. But I just like how he's come armed with salt and pepper shakers. Like, what's that gonna do? Come on, man. What's that gonna do?
I guess
Always like,
season your food eventually. Oh, and of
and
course the plucking of the feathers.
yeah, that's which is pretty brutal if you think about it. You try plucking a bird's. Here's a good one. Nice. Wow.
Oh yes.
The
Dunk,
timing.
dunk,
Dunk,
dunk.
dunk, dunk. I mean, remember, guys. For those who aren't aware of Friz Freleng, what he did, he used to time the animation to music bar sheets, so that's why his shorts always had that look about him and the wonderful sense of timing. And I mean, Friz could pretty much have been a musician, really. I mean, that's how good he was. I think he kind of was.
Give me 1 second. Let me look for one.
Bang! I love that. Just bang! Wow, such a great one. So while Manny's gone again, any other questions? I mean, I'll answer this one. Have I seen the episode of Drawn Together? I've not really watched it. I know the show. I know it's got the different animation styles, but yeah, I haven't actually seen it.
Shout out to my mom for buying this when she was in Puerto Rico. Even though I do a lot of my stuff digitally now, but yeah, we have libreta de música, so music book. And here you go. Yeah, sheet music, blank sheet music with boys and girls, 5 lines and 4 spaces. It's called the musical staff. But yep, Friz Freleng would time it out to actual sheet music.
So then,
And
so then, yeah, he would actually time it. I mean, is that how you came up with the Manny's music time theme? You wrote it out specifically on the musical staff, or what?
oh well, what I did is after several failed attempts, people have asked me like, "Do you compose?" And I'm like, "No, not really," because like literally every time I've tried to write music, I get some ideas and I get frustrated and I crumble and I'm like, ah, it's like the scene, of course, in The Simpsons where Homer's doing the almost there and oh, and he crumbles up the the table mat and would you like another one, please? And that's pretty much me, a pile of sheet music from all the failed attempts at composing something.
There you go, bang, just
Bang.
yeah, incredible. So we see the usual thing. I mean, we see a lot of this sort of stuff around this time. And Freleng would do this sort of thing, go through doorways and and whatnot. But just I mean, this part here just gets me.
Oh
I mean,
my god.
just ripping his brother. We'll say brother, okay? Brother's clothes like that. Now we all know where the best meat is, Manny, right?
The best meat's in the rump.
But it's really disturbing. I mean, okay, so he's peeling it off. So that would still be his hat, right?
Yeah, but it's like, why would his shirt and pants be that color? Or you figure if he's doing that, you might as well just rip off the jacket and you figure like you go for the classic gag of like he's just there in his boxers or something like that. But I always thought that was very strange.
But still, we all definitely enjoy the inconsistencies, right? All the nitpicking, It's like, so I hope somebody got fired for that blunder, that the usual thing we say. But what Daffy says here, though, is illustrative of how popular Bugs was getting at the time, where he's like, what's cooking, Doc? What does he say here? It's like, it's one of the few times he actually says Bugs Bunny's catchphrase. I'm forgetting other ones offhand, but he's definitely, he says it here, and it just shows how popular Bugs really was getting. Oh, there we go. That's the frame we want. That's the one we want.
Beautiful. That's a winner.
That's a winner right there. He's stewing in his own juices. He's over 400 degrees. Sorry. So he's going to take out the gun. Ooh, that's a really weird way of gun being held for that one frame. No, it's a 0 out of 10 short now, clearly. But we've got duck decoys. Now, I'm not sure Josiah Hickenhocker. I couldn't quite find a reference to that. If any of you guys actually know the reference to that, is it a parody of a particular brand? Let me know, and I'll note that in the review once I edit it. But these duck decoys, they must be working under Leon Schlesinger's merchandising department at the time, because that's what he did when he sold his studio to Warner's, and he just decided to do Daffy version of decoys. The woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. Well, that just... So, of course, he ends up shooting... Wow, that's pretty good animation of him actually shooting like that. So he shoots them all. Yeah. Bang. Just that one shot. But this aftermath kills me. It just... Like, why has he got a bra? As a bra. Like, okay. Why not? Why not? We'll just go with it. We're open-minded here. So
the feathers... And then the feathers come back.
Actually, let's see that in slow motion. It's like paint as well. It's such a great effect. But this is what gets me, though, is like you actually get a turkey dinner.
Turkey dinner?
So, turkey dinner.
Just turkey dinner. I say that every Thanksgiving. Turkey dinner.
But you have to... I mean, cartoon logic. Everything's already heated. Everything's already in there. Amazing.
Doesn't look too bad. You got bread, you got the turkey, you got stuffing. Looks like you got hot sauce or ketchup, salt and pepper, butter.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Like, there we go. As actually as a background. That looks good. And it's just before lunchtime for me, too. Unbelievable. But, yeah, this. I mean, okay. This should be self-explanatory. Just, yeah. What the? It looks even funny. There we get the wonderful punchline. Okay, Daffy's like just leaving. They're about to eat, and we see.
Oh yes.
Now, this drawing of this Yosemite looks a lot different. So I'm just wondering if there was a different design for these characters originally, like slightly altered, and then for the rest of the short they changed it to be looking more like Yosemite Sam. I don't know, but looks different in this shot. So maybe it was another animator for one shot. I don't know, but we can see a wonderful ending here. Pretty dark one when he comes back. He offers after dinner mints, and here we go again.
Oh, can you go back to when the mice are almost done? I'm trying to remember. Is that where that mouse that he takes like the piece of bread and he wipes the plate? Yeah,
Man,
finger looking good.
I should have done this one last because of how hungry I am. But yeah, along came Daffy. Me, I would score this one just a solid 8. It's just a funny cartoon. Like, is it a masterpiece or standout? Not really, but it's a good one. I think 8 is a fair score. What would you score this one?
I agree. An 8.
An 8, mate. All right.
And I do have nostalgia for this one because this one was shown pretty frequently on one of the Turner networks, either TBS or TNT, when I was a kid. So I saw this one quite often. I always got a kick out of this one, all the different gags, and just again, you usually show me the picture, the still frame, the Sam variant hopping down the stairs, the Daffy with his bra on, the turkey dinner, which I've quoted, the faces he makes describing his own delicious demise, and
yes,
there's so much.
So to wrap it up, we'll get into Racketeer Rabbit. This one we don't even have to go too deep into because the original review actually has a reasonable man in it. But I definitely want to look at that again because this is one. Unlike the other two, I have grown up with this one. This one was on VHS a lot, so I watched it a lot on VHS. I forgot which set it was, but I definitely had a Bugs Bunny one that had a lot of the. It had McKimson's first one, and yeah. So this one,
that's another same. Like I said, with Along Came Daffy. There's another one I did see, and I mentioned in the original commentary on the Turner networks. For our buddies that are listening, that are younger than us, because Anthony and I are both, I guess we're elder millennials or something like that. We're definitely not Gen Xers, but yeah, I guess we're the elder millennials in some ways. But back in the day, well, yeah, I guess it's the same thing in Australia, but the pre-48 cartoons, I would see them on the Turner stuff. This cartoon, Along Came Daffy. Other ones I remember watching back then, like I remember A Feather in His Hair, Hiawatha's Rabbit Hunt. Other ones that I distinctly remember seeing from that time period on those Turner networks. This is pre-1996 we're talking about. So 96, I was about 8 years old.
yeah,
I remember prior to that. And then obviously on Nickelodeon was not the main package, but the Warner package that had obviously the black and white Porkies. When I was really young, and I have very vague memories of it, they showed Bosco. I don't remember watching Buddy back then, and obviously all the lovely the Patty Freleng and 7 Art shorts.
How dare
and then
you.
the premiere package. How dare you? A little Rocco reference.
Yeah,
And then you had the
watching
Bugs Bunny
Buddy all the
Tweety.
time. Damn it,
Buddy all day. Buddy's Bearcat nonstop. And then on the Bugs Bunny show, Bugs Bunny and Tweety show, that was the cream of the crop premiere, and that's when you had all the heavy hitters, the What's Opera Docs and the Roadrunners and the Showbiz Bugs, whatever the really famous ones. Thank you, Billionaire Ted. Yes, not that long ago, a few weeks ago, the death of Ted Turner, who's plays obviously a huge role in the history of the Warner Brothers shorts, as well as MGM, Popeye, and also as a fan of professional wrestling. He helped in the development of WCW, World Championship Wrestling, and of course the Monday Night Wars between the WWF and WCW. So yeah, as a cartoon nerd, cartoon nerd and a wrestling nerd, Ted Turner is definitely a big deal.
Exactly. So I'll just give you guys a few bits of trivia for this one quickly. Okay, so this marks the first appearance of Rocky, yeah? But of course, there'll be another Rocky that comes out later on that Friz Freleng also directed. But in here is a caricature of Edward G. Robertson, who was a famous movie star at the time. And Hugo is a caricature of Peter Lorre, because we've never seen a caricature of Peter Lorre in any animated shorts before or since.
I was gonna make a terrible joke. Can I make the terrible joke?
You can make the terrible joke. You have my full
Okay,
permission.
permission granted, because you're like, Friz Freleng directed it, the first cartoon with Rocky. This is not the, who being a later on. I was like, wait a minute, you mean the one with Sylvester Stallone that he directed him? Okay, I'll just stop. I can just see the disgust coming on your face. It's like, man, just quit while you're ahead.
insert Daffy frame that we saw
With the big eyes.
Yeah. So, but funnily enough, Robertson and Lorre actually never appeared together on screen, so this is the only time. And later on, when you see the coin flipping part, it's coins for you, Rocky.
It's coins for you, Rocky.
Yeah,
I love it.
And it's that's actually a nod to George Raft because Raft.
George Raft.
George Raft. He was in a gangster film. He would do the coin flip thing as a gangster. So yeah.
Sorry, what a coincidence! I was pointing at the red curtain over here, but I have two, I guess, criminal gangsters over there. Not Rocky and Muggsy. Oh, it's a little too far away, but Bebop and Rocksteady. My brother got me those things. So yeah, that's.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised no one's done a parody of Viva Las Vegas to Bebop Rocksteady like
Viva Rocksteady.
that could work. But
Viva Rocksteady, and I didn't know until I was an adult that their names are styles of music. Bebop is jazz, and Rocksteady is a predecessor of reggae. The more you know.
Yeah, we're learning lots of things today. So, now in voice acting, of course, you have Mel Blanc doing Bugs Bunny. That's pretty apparent. He also does the voice of Hugo. And it's kind of funny, in later years, Mel Blanc said, I don't do impressions. I mean, he did lots of them. To be fair, he was older at that time. He did literally hundreds of voice acting sessions. He's not going to remember them all. But yes, he did do impressions. And that's one of them. But he did not do Rocky. A lot of people seem to think he did, but no, he did not. And that comes from the Cartoon Voices book. It's voiced by Richard Nelson or Dick Nelson. And if you've seen the George and Junior shorts that Tex Avery did, he voices George. So, yeah.
Ah, cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. And that whole Inner Sanctum gag, I did refer this in the original commentary, but I'll be brief with this. So when Bugs enters and goes, sounds like Inner Sanctum, that was a radio horror show at the time. It actually did start off with like a creaky door. When you hear that sound effect, that was purposely done to actually imitate the radio show at the time. And that music as well is definitely eerie with that. So... But as for music cues, though, it's only 3. You got Jimmy Valentine in the opening credits. A great little music pun in My Merry Oldsmobile.
Oh yeah, where I'm trying to look for my in the cue sheet. Along Came Daffy. So yeah, in My Merry Oldsmobile when Hugo is driving, and when Rhapsody Rap. Sorry, Birth of a Notion, Rabbit Transit, Hobo Bobo. Long Came Daffy. It came after. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Where is it? When was the release date of this cartoon?
This one
was 47, but
46.
Oh, 46. No wonder I'm looking at the wrong year. Here, Jimmy Valentine. Yeah, in My Merry Oldsmobile. In My Merry. Did I say that right? In My Merry, my God, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, so I'm like flipping out. Merry Oldsmobile, yes. And you hear 2 pieces of music later on. Oh, just before it, you hear battle music number 9 and Allegro Vigoroso number 8. So Allegro means fast in musical terminology, and those were by the famous J.S. Samishnik. Whose music was used a lot by Carl Stalling, as well as the other guys, his predecessors, Norman Spencer, Frank Marsalis in Warner Brothers cartoons. Music that was written to fit particular moods. Like this music should be for horror, this music should be for love, whatever. And my Green Fedora, little plug for that commentary that we did. I go into more of the history of J.S. Mishnick. So go check that one out.
Indeed. So,
Indeed.
look at this newspaper here. Now, can you read that? No, it's just a. I always like to look at newspapers in the background. It's like, yeah, that's a bit too extreme. But I will say this, though. The restoration of this was a revelation. There's one big moment that I never noticed even on the VHS. And this was something that was noticed when I did the original commentary for. So we got here, I don't know how Bugs already has a light. Like he's already got a candle already lit up in there. Just pulls it out. Why not? I just realized
Not a fire hazard at all.
Nah. But you're saying not a bad place to spend the night, you know. He makes the hole and goes in, and do not disturb by the door, because why not? So here, like, this is like a whole gangster war, I'm guessing, but I'm just trying to get that one frame. Hold on. There's one interesting frame that most people might miss, because it really is blink or you miss it. You can do the sound effects of the cars if you want, Manny.
Bang, 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 bang.
But you got to give Friz credit here, because he knows, like, okay, if Avery directed this scene, he would have played the whole thing up for laughs as well. And yet Freleng does the wise thing and makes this serious, like, you know, like the actual serious gangsters. Although you do have to wonder who's Hugo and who's Rocky, because they certainly don't look like any of the characters there. Of course, makes it a 0 out of 10 short now, right? Oh, wait. Ooh, that was a weird glitch. Hold on. He's gone for the front. He's in the back. See that?
Back and to the left. Back and to the left. What is it? The Zapruder film? Just go.
There we go. So, of course, backgrounds around this time for Friz. You got Hotel Friz. That's pretty self-explanatory. Smoke Cruels. Like, what the? Like,
they're awful, but you can buy.
Well, I mean, I would argue that cigarettes are definitely awful in general. Yeah. I mean, you know, to each their own. You know, I'm not going to dictate to people, hey, you know, what they could or couldn't, you know, do. But it's basically a parody of Kool cigarettes, KOOL. That was a brand at the time. So I'm just wondering if the background artist here just didn't like cigarettes and just decided to make a little joke on there. It's like very blink and you miss. But I like the music that we hear here. It's like when they get out of the car, it goes dun 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 dun. Right? I mean, wow, that's the most detailed Rocky.
Dun 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 dun. It could be because I'm trying to.
And then might here, be one of they go boom 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 boom. All these gangsters, and they all just start shooting at each other, which would imply maybe Rocky and Hugo managed to shoot all these. shoot all these other gangsters away. I don't know, because we don't know what happens to them.
They'll mortalize them. I'll mortalize you.
So there's a character of. I like how calm and cool Edward G. Robertson.
Calm, and cool. Those cool, calm, collected. Cool. He's so cool. He has to do it twice.
But look at the animation. But of course, the animation of. it's even better in slow motion. Just. How amazing! Oh, even pulls up his pants. It's amazing in slow motion, of course. But the restoration I was referring to before, so of course he puts him back. You know, Bugs wants a drink of what he's going to drink. Water. But this restoration detail right here, that right here,
yes, that was something we both noticed in the. We both noticed in the restoration that. Literally our entire childhoods we never saw it because of how crappy those old prints were.
Yeah, and then now it's like so it's been propped up. So of course, you know, low bridge.
He's got the nails in it.
Low bridge, and then he just
low bridge.
Just goes down, and then he goes, we go rid of those mugs again. Were they mortalized or not? We never know, because we don't see those other crooks ever again. But of course, people always like, they make me laugh.
Oh, that dry laugh that Mel Blanc does never fails to make me laugh.
but it's also funny to see how the different actors did the voice of the Peter Lorre, because you got Mel Blanc doing it in this one, and you have also Stan Freberg he did in one as well. I like to do terrible, horrible things. Like it just does that. I mean, I forgot who else did it, but lots of different Peter Lorre impersonators. I mean, I don't know what Peter Lorre did to them, but anyway. So this scene always cracked me up as a kid. It's 1 for you, 1, 2, like for me, 3 for you, and 1, 2, 3 for me. Yeah. Maybe I should do that in reviews from now on. Just every time I make a point, I'll just go, yeah.
Yeah. One for you and one for me.
And here is a great moment of Mel Blanc's versatility, okay? Because he does all of these fake gangsters that Bugs plays, but he does, it's Mel Blanc, but it's all changed just enough that all different characters here. It's just great. Yeah, how about me, boss? How about me, boss? Yeah,
how about me, boss? How about me, boss? How about me, boss?
Yeah.
And there you go with the falsetto voice while he's dressed up like a Native American.
Boss.
And me, boss.
I mean, Mel Blanc doing any sort of female voice is just legendary. And he's just like, yeah, he's got no money. I mean, that's pretty much sums up my current financial status. Just like, where's the money? Where's my money gone? How come I got so little money now? Right there, this one frame.
I got zero money. Have 3 cartoons and zero money.
And somehow Rocky, at the speed of light, has gone outside the house and gone back in with the gun. But love cartoon logic. So, all right, where's that dough? I memorized this cartoon. Like I know pretty much all the lines. I don't even have to listen to the cartoon anymore. But he goes, "We'll make you talk." Oh, how nice! And tanning, nice little tanning booth or whatever you want to call it as well. But see, this is why the merchandising department, they should give me a call, because I'd say this would make an excellent like summer t-shirt. Just have this picture of Bugs just on a t-shirt, stuff like that. So Warners, if you're watching, give me a call. Yeah, give me a call.
Who are you gonna call?
But he goes, talk. Nup, nup, nup. And then, of course, he does. And this is going to get another one, slow motion. He
sounds like the auctioneer.
Look at Hugo.
Sold to American. I mean, he doesn't say that, but
that's probably what he's imitating, though, I'd say. Yeah. But yeah, look at Hugo's. He ain't happy. Take this mug for a ride. Oh, goody. And of course, he just wears his
the old school riding outfit.
Well, it's actually similar to the to a gag in the upcoming Bugs and Thugs, where he's got that riding gear as well. So Friz would revisit ideas often, and usually he would improve on them. And I am going to touch upon that point later on. It's like, ooh, suspense.
Ooh.
Now, the big question, I'm going to ask everyone this: what exactly did Bugs do here to get rid of Hugo? Because it implies that Bugs did something rather terrible.
He's a bad boy.
That's right. So, I don't know. Or maybe he convinced him to change his life. We don't know. We will never know. But look at this detail here. And just, you're speaking of fire hazards. Like before with the candle. I mean, we got another one right here. Why does he have to sleeping with his
Why
stuff?
not? It was the 40s,
Everyone smoked.
Everyone smoked.
Goes,
go away, you bother me.
it's like, aren't you forgetting something? Yeah, he didn't say his prayer.
And I like, of course, he has the holster still on while he's in his PJs.
Well, it was the 40s. So, hey, don't you know him? Yeah, you're Hugo. Go away.
Which was the style at the time. You missed it.
What?
No, you had a cigar in bed and you were wearing your holster, which was the style at the time.
Maybe I was leaving it for you. Yes. But he goes, does he have a cottontail like this? Of course, this is 50% wool. So, I wonder if that's a hidden joke to something else, because it sounds kind of weird. But anyway, so Bugs is helping him dress, and he's just like, hold still. I don't know if you've ever put on a tie like this, but yeah, it's just.
Or it's just like you've had those instances where like you're getting dressed or you're dressing somebody else. Like, stop it, just hold still. Like that little. It's funny, but it's also like very relatable,
Yep.
in different aspects of your life, whether it's your parents dressing you, or you're dressing a friend, or your own children, or whatever. It's just like sit still or whatever, and let me finish this.
There's another wonderful frame right there. These oh man, these are amazing. So this one here, he goes, but you got to close your eyes because he's going to apparently give him the money or whatever. I mean, where did Bugs hide the money? We'll never know. We'll never know. But he goes, I don't want you to see where it's hid. And it's like, all right, but I'm going to count to 10, and you better give it to me. See, don't worry, brother, I will. Like, how would you say, Maddie? Like, don't worry, brother, I will. Remember how he says it?
Mm-hmm.
But this is such a wonderful, fast look. Just, but would you agree that Friz in the 50s probably wouldn't have gone to that length? He probably would have just had him maybe just doing the count. You just hear sound effects off screen, like in the kitchen or whatever, and then Bugs comes back and does this whole, where like, oh, now give it to me. Ooh, Bugs even breaks the fourth wall too. Look at that. And he's like, and then bang. But yeah, do you agree that Friz in the 50s would have likely not even had that entire kitchen scene at all? He would have just cut.
Yeah, it would have been. He was a lot more efficient. I mean, still funny, but more efficient in the 50s. And now seeing this gag again, it reminds me of a similar gag in another Freleng cartoon, Slick Hair. He's like, "Oh, you want it? What's a pie? One lemon meringue pie." Your pie, sir. And at the very end, he says, "No, you want it cherry pie." And he throws it right in Elmer's face.
I love it. And of course, yes,
the most famous scene. No, what are you doing? No,
Maxie, don't talk to me like this. I'm your pal, buddy. You're pal, yeah.
You're my pal.
It's curtains for you, Rocky. Curtains. No, not that, no. Curtains,
no, Maxie, no.
And of course, I mean, look, I just like how he's able to fit. Like, yeah, cartoon logic.
Yeah,
but still, just the way it's done. Just, that's a nice shot.
Boom.
Wait.
They're adorable.
There we go. The duck lips. Remember that selfie trend, the duck lips? There you go. Every Robinson pioneered that, clearly.
Actually, if you go back a tiny bit, I'm getting hints of kind of like Lomer.
There you go.
Yeah, there's 1940s Lomer.
And of course, the end thing is, they're adorable.
They're adorable.
I mean, they're not quite as good as your Coitons behind you.
My Coitons over here,
But we ended with a scene I was alluding to before about Friz tend to reuse gags. In this case, he reuses this gag in Bugs and Thugs, where he's hiding both Rocky and Muggsy. In this case, he's just doing it with, there you go. It's just, he's thinking about it. He goes that up to, obviously, and he puts it in there. And I just like how committed to the bit Bugs is. He even has a sheriff's badge and everything. Perfect. Now, Manny, you know this bit of trivia. Let me get to that bit. Here we go. Okay, this part here. What a pal! What a pal! What a pal!
What a pal! What a pal! What a pal!
Now, which short is that reused from? Different directors, but the writers would have been similar. Come on, which is one of your favorite shorts?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, Mike Maltese's makes sense. What a pal! What a pal! So we got you said Dick Nelson, right? Doing you got Dick Nelson going, what a pal, what a pal. And then the other one you're referring to is Billy Bletcher as the title character in 1944's Tom, Turk, and Daffy. What a pal, what a pal. I mean, I wish I had a voice as low as Billy Bletcher, but yeah, I didn't even make that connection. Very good. Great stuff.
I mean, I can't really go with that deep. What a pal.
What a pal. Yeah, he was a bass baritone, that guy.
So of course you got this. Would I do this if he's not in here? I mean, look at that. Just very nice, very nice, very nice. But again, look how committed Bugs is. Like, it doesn't need to wear all that. Anyway, cartoon logic. It's still beautiful. I'm taking this down to headquarters. I mean, just a.
Well, I don't want to jump ahead too much, but are you going to refer to the other short that uses a similar gag like this?
Which one? The trunk?
Well, not necessarily the trunk, but like says, no, he's hiding in here. What a pal! I'm thinking of the later Friz short. I think it's
Bugs and Thugs. Bugs and
and
Thugs.
Thugs.
Yeah.
That's
I
probably
mentioned before he reused it, but he improved on it. I think. I mean, this is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I like the fact he's dealing with two people, and then they actually plastered by having the real police rock up, whereas here it doesn't happen.
Oh, he's hiding in the stove, eh?
He's
I think
hiding
that,
in the stove, eh?
of course, with the stereotypical Irish cop, but I think that version's more famous.
It is
than this gag, but I do love this version as well.
Yes, definitely. And we got this wonderful picture here. I mean, it's no girls that we saw before, but it'll do, I guess.
It reminds me of the ship or the boat from The Simpsons, the one that's hanging above the couch. So please, somebody don't go on Looney Tune Wiki and be like, the hanging photo in Racketeer Rabbit is a precursor to the hanging photo in The Simpsons in behind the couch, because I know some guy will do that.
Of course they will. But he goes, hold this for me while I punch this out with my bare hands. And again, he's committed to the bit. I mean,
he would make a great wrestler. He knows how to sell.
Give it the left. Yeah, I mean,
oh, that's my left. There you
go. Oh, see, he broke that picture. Wow, he's really destructive. And stay out. And what do we get in the end? Boom. Wow. Just the aftermath, just his deflated face. Just, I mean, yeah.
Great stuff.
But in the end, it's like he thinks there is wait. Oh, that's a good frame.
Ooh.
Which way did he go? Oh, look, you can really see his booty there too.
Booty.
Gee, we're talking about drumsticks before, and now we're talking about booty. I mean, gee, this is a real.
All the cheesecake.
Of course, he goes there. Which way did they go? Went that way. Oh, here we go. This kind of reminds me of the Simpsons gag where it's like the PTA's been disbanded. No, the PTA's not been disbanded. There you go. Shake.
Oh, you got a booty shot right there. Hey.
Hardcore nudity. Shake. We just start singing.
Shake.
Shake your booty. Oh man. Hey, we actually got a comment on Twitch. AI viewers stream boo.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see his booty and see you later.
He's got a magical pair of pants that repairs themselves.
Exactly. But we can still see his rump right there, so And then we got and we end right there. I mean, this one, look, nostalgia will play a part of this score, but it's 9 out of 10 for me because I just enjoy it so much. It's just, I love it. So, I mean, you may score a little lower, but that's,
What if I do 8.999? No, obviously, this is a 9 as well. It's definitely one of my favorite. I mean, Friz was making a lot of really funny bug shorts in the 40s. I mean, you have this one, you have Hair Force, you have a rabbit, hair grows in Manhattan. But he was really good at like getting the grasp of the character and really keeping it pretty consistent during that time.
Of course.
And in general.
100%. So, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up because that's 2 hours. We've gone through 3 shorts, and it's been wonderful. I may in the future change it to 2 shorts. I think because that really, but that's what this is all about: experimenting, what's going to work, what doesn't. But I think from now on, probably 2 shorts, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah. I think we're both reading each other's mind, going, "Oh, there's a third one."
It sucks because I mean we both love Racketeer Rabbit. It's like it's not at least the short itself is not a slog, but I know for me it's just past 10 o'clock at night and I'm getting sleepy and you're thinking of cheesecake and turkey. So
But you know what? We're gonna do one more short, okay? We're gonna do one more short, okay? I think we got time to do one more short,
Oh
okay?
boy.
Okay, we're gonna do one more short, okay?
Yes. This is what everybody came to see.
Yes.
And this is going to be another 2 hours just talking about Buddy Spare Cats.
Here we go. This is everyone celebrating right now. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, there we go. I only played
in the background. It said Sud. This part of the commentary is sponsored by Sud's Beer.
Exactly. No, I kid. I mean, I had to do that, right? I had to do that. But guys, thank you for watching. We will come up with the next live stream as soon as we can. We'll either do something like this or do a fun topic. I mean, this is fun anyway, but anyway. So guys, he goes no. Fine. We'll review Buddy's Bear Cats 3 times next time. There we go. Done. That's our next live stream.
Perfect.
All right, guys, take it easy. All right. See ya. Bye.
See ya. Happy Ghostbusters Day. Woo!